Oh boy, somebody screwed up. This offer is wrong. This was supposed to be $5 for the crappy orbs, and this was $5 for 10 of the good orbs. So a lot of people were able to get a 7-star for $25. I bought it for $25 and I got a 6-star. I'm sure this is going to infuriate the people that spent north of $300, where people are getting nearly the same thing for $25. Big screw up. We'll see how this plays out, but I'm sure this is going to infuriate the heavy spenders. Ironically, 10 hours before this all happened, somebody said, celebrate intern day every year. A while back, there was a mistake with decimal point Jeff. Decimal point. Everyone got like 500 Spiderweaver shards just when it became available. MSF should celebrate the historic moment day annually and give away a load of shards and entry-level character. Well, they didn't really do that. And interestingly enough, part of me wants to be a little bit cynical. It's like, they made money with this mistake because people did go out and spend $5 or $25 to get her upgraded. I'm sure it's going to be a net negative because I don't think that the people that spent all the money are going to be thrilled. This is a interesting post about it. 5 for 10, 11 after the first one. Yeah, that's right. When you buy this right here, another offer opens up for 22. So, I was not thrilled that they got rid of these chain offers or the inexpensive offers. This right here is a screw up directly because of their attempt to remove it. I don't believe this was intentional at all. Dear Scopely, this is how much characters should cost. Suggestion: 5 for $10, 11 after the first one, 5 for 10 orbs. And these are the orbs that normally cost in Power Core $675. 11 after the first one, Agent 13 orbs, with a minimum of 6 per orb, potentially up to 180. Yeah, I think they average 9.3. Absolutely. Any future 200 say will be measured against this price. It is not the exception, it's the rule. I think that Scopely would do this if they made more money. Absolutely. I mean, they're in the business of making money. If they could lower prices, increase sales, and net more money, they would. I was always under the impression, not so much from this game, but from another game that I covered, where I had a developer tell me that they lowered the prices and they made so much less money, and that the correct prices were much higher than I was willing to spend because of they're getting most of the revenue from a small number of players. Also, there is 2 QR codes, and I don't really like these QR codes. I just like the redeem codes. And I'm sure a lot of tech people have reasons on why you should never, ever click one of these. The way that I got this to work is I had to use my phone. And if you're watching this on your phone, you want to participate in this, because this one right here gives 2 million gold. If you screenshot it, and this is how, if you screenshot it on an iPhone and then you click right here. So this is a screenshot from my phone. And then when I did that, I clicked this button on an iPhone, and then I was able to click the QR code and access it. So if you're on iPhone and you want to screenshot it, there you go. Hi. And then here's the second one. And take a screenshot of that one there. Hi. This one's got training materials. This one's got gold. All right. Also worth noting, inside of the Cupid store, Shadow Kings, passive awakened ability material. This right here, your players are going to have to make a decision whether or not want to pursue this or the orbs that cost 250,000 that have a % chance of giving the diamonds on Old Man Logan. It's kind of a big deal. Commanders. This is from Community Manager Pathfinder. 30% synergy bonus for Astral, Annihilators, Illuminati, X-Men, and Infestation teams on war defense will be applied in combat. It will not be reflected in the TCP shown. I saw a 10 million Astral team. Interestingly enough, I don't know if they had Shadow King's passive, the one that I just showed the screenshot of this, because how can you know? How can you know if they have it or not? And the match plays so much differently if it does or doesn't. And actually, I was able to go with Mercs, took out death pool and put in Apocalypse, and it was like a 5 million punch up. But anyways, I guess the TCP wasn't shown. Okay. Anyone locked out of Crucible, reset the game several times. I'll do it a complete uninstall if I have to. So normally between rounds, you can get in and set your defense. And I know that it's been pushed to the weekend, matchmaking on Thursday, and the first trial begin on Friday. So I'm not sure if it's not going to open back up until Thursday, but a lot of people are currently locked out of Crucible. Also, have not looked at it, but there are the new Starjammer characters. They're in game right now. We've got Havoc, Howard the Duck, Lilandra, which we've already read the kit, and then we've got reworks to Groot and also Rocket. I actually haven't read them. I'm going to read them real quick right now with you guys. Havoc, Hero, Cosmic, Mutant, Blaster, X-Men, Starjammer. Seems like from what I saw is that this is an anti-barrier team, and I've heard from people that Howard the Duck is pretty impressive. I know Groot got like a trauma removal, lowered the duration of negative effects, kind of like Shadow King has. Havoc, let's go to the passive. Magistrate summers when an enemy attacks a character, a Starjammer ally or X-Men ally. Attack that enemy for piercing, so that's like retaliation. This attack is unavoidable and gains 50% damage if that enemy has barrier. See, anti-barrier. On enemy turn, if that enemy has barrier, and if this character has 2 or more Starjammer or X-Men allies, apply Disrupted up to a maximum of 3 to the enemy. Enemies with barrier cannot gain immunity. Boy, there you go. Lower damage reduction for all enemies with barrier by 25%. In Crucible, this character and all Starjammer allies gain 5% speed for each enemy with barrier, up to a max of 50% speed. Anti-barrier team, right? There's a lot of characters that have barrier, like Gladiator and Illuminati. Oh my god, a lot. Ultimate, localized catastrophe, 5/5, attack primary target for piercing, apply defense down, on kill, apply safeguard to self, all Starjammer and X-Men allies. Prolong the duration of defense down by 1 on each enemy with barrier. This attack ignores defense up and gains damage if primary target has barrier. And also, I'm liking that it's calling out X-Men. I wonder if this is gonna work well with Professor X. Interesting. All right. Special 5/5, attack primary target for damage. Apply stun for 2 turns and trauma. Stun plus trauma is very powerful for 1 turn. Attack primary adjacent targets for damage and apply heal block for 2 turns. Apply trauma up to a maximum of 3 to each target. On Crucible defense, these attacks target enemy controller with charge, instead ignoring taunt and stealth. So this is just an AI targeting mechanic that bypasses taunt. Interesting. This attack cannot be blocked or counterattacked. Basic, flip 2 random negative effects on self, attack primary target for damage and apply slow. Chain to 1 adjacent target and apply slow. Isolate counterattack assist, which is never to be found anywhere, not on the website or in game or anywhere, just in this video or on, well, it's in the blog, right? Their blog. I don't know if they published the blog for this yet, but it's not found in game. Flip 2 random negative effects on self, attack target for damage, piercing, and apply slow. I think that could merit a striker. All right, Howard the Duck, Quack Fu, 120, a little bit slower. Cosmic Tech Blaster, Starjammer. Oof. All right. A lot of people were wondering why he got tech instead of bio or skill. I mean, Quack Fu, right? Quack Fu means that he's skill. I don't know. Passive, on spawn. Apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all Starjammer allies. In Crucible, fill speed bar for self and all Starjammer allies by a lot per Starjammer ally. On enemy turn, that character has barrier. Attack that enemy for piercing. In Crucible, before this character takes a turn, speed bar cannot be filled or reduced by any enemy for themselves, allies, or enemies. This does not apply to speed bar gained through normal means. If this character has 4 or more Starjammer allies, the speed of all enemies can only be altered by positive and negative effects. Oh boy. If this character has 4 or more Starjammer allies, enemies cannot gain evade. So this is specific to Crucible, and this is very, very powerful. I guess this is like Crucible, like a hybrid or a combination of Captain Britain's passive and Emma's passive. Wow, that's very powerful. Very powerful. Ultimate 6/6. Attack primary adjacent targets for piercing. Apply ability block for 2 turns and disrupt for 2. In Crucible, this character has 4 more Starjammer allies. Apply trauma for 2 turns to all enemies. Very powerful. Trauma everywhere is great. Attack gains extra damage against targets with barrier and ignores defense up. Special 3/5. Clear barrier on all enemies. Yeah, anti-barrier everywhere. Attack all enemies for piercing. For each enemy barrier on start of this turn, gain damage up to a maximum of 200% damage on this attack. Okay. Basic Quack Fu. Gain offense up for 2 turns. In Crucible, instead, apply offense up to 2 turns to self and all Starjammer allies. Attack primary target for damage. Bonus attack for piercing. In Crucible, bonus attack primary target additional 2 times. And ISO counterattack assist. Gain offense up for 2 turns. Attack primary target for damage. Bonus attack for piercing. Now, I gotta say, if this had all Starjammer allies on the ISO 8 counter assist, then I would say Striker. Lilandra, we read this the other day, 113, even slower. And again, my general feeling about her was that, yeah, she's going to be good in Crucible with her team, but is she going to be a plug and play character? She didn't read that way for sure. And, you know, I don't think she's on the order of Old Man Logan, Odin, and Shadow King, you know, a part of that quadrant for the Age of X, Professor X, but whatever. First time this character drops below 50% health, summon Gladiator. This can only trigger once per match. On any turn, if his character does not have exhausted, flip all vulnerable on self and all Starjammer allies to regeneration. So, anti-vulnerable mechanic on enemy turn. If that character has barrier, apply offense down up to a maximum of 3 to that enemy. So that kind of reads like Yo-Yo. In Crucible, enemy cosmic protectors cannot gain taunt. Specifically, that's going to mean Gladiator. The only other cosmic protector off the top of my head that's important in the meta right now, or one of the ones that's important, it would be Mephisto, and he doesn't get taunt. In Crucible, if his character has 4 more Starjammer allies, enemies cannot gain speed up. That's anti-Illuminati. This character and all Starjammer allies cannot gain slow. Yeah, because right now, Odin Illuminati is a real tricky. I mean, Phoenix Force, Omega Red does a little bit against them, but still. 6/6 in Crucible, clear all barriers on all enemies. This character has 3 or more Starjammer allies. Clear all positive effects on each enemy. Attack all enemies for damage. Bonus attack all enemies 2 times for 200% damage. In Crucible, apply trauma to all enemies on each attack. Unkill, clear all negative effects on self and all Starjammer allies. Then apply immunity for 2 turns and safeguard for 2 turns on self and all Starjammer allies. So it looks like it's pretty important. There's getting that kill. That's the second time in these kits that mentions pretty powerful things popping up after a kill. So they are going to ramp up. Special 4/4, clear all barriers and all enemies. Anti-barrier, wow. Attack primary target for damage. Apply defense down for 2 turns and slow for 2 turns. Rebound change of 4 adjacent targets for damage. Apply offense down and 1 heal block. Bury yourself and all allies of this character's max health. If Groot's an ally, apply 2 regeneration for 2 turns and 2 taunt up to a maximum on random Groot ally. Groot has some interesting mechanics on him now. Counterattack breaks this chain. I actually read the Groot the Groot kit in game. If this character has 3 or more Starjammer allies, this attack cannot be counterattacked. And then the basic attack primary target for damage, apply offense down for 2 turns. If Gladiator is an ally, so there's a way of a Gladiator spawning. Apply assist now to a random Gladiator ally. If primary has barrier, gain deflect. In Crucible instead, apply 1 deflect to self and all allies. So Gladiator will be popping up similar to that of like Wong with Doctor Strange, right? Groot, massive stat increases. No mention of speed. The basic right now says apply 2 regeneration for 2 turns itself and the 2 most injured allies. Okay. Special right here. Clear all negative effects on self and all allies. Apply 2 death breath and defense up for 2 turns to self. Apply safeguard for 2 turns. Safeguard everywhere nowadays. And all Starjammer allies. Attack primary target for damage. Flip 2 positive effects. Call a random star gem and ally to attack the primary target, so the special is not just kind of a waste. In Crucible, instead, call 2 Starjammer allies with the highest damage to attack the primary target. Ultimate, reduce the duration of all negative effects on self and all Starjammer allies. Any negative effect that has a duration of 0 expires instantly, including trauma. So the first character to have that kind of mechanic would be Shadow King on his ultimate. Not quite as powerful as in-game Thanos, which reduces the positive effects on the other team, effectively getting rid of things like Safeguard, but this will get rid of trauma. Okay. Then down here, apply immunity to turns to self and all Guardian Starjammer allies. In Crucible, apply Safeguard. Generate 2 ability energy for random rocket ally. In Crucible, if this character has 4 more Starjammer allies, generate 2 ability for self and all Starjammer allies. Now he has that revive mechanic. Let's see how that plays out. When this character is attacked, gain counter and apply slow to the attacker. That was really powerful back in the day. Apply slow to the attacker. Now he's going to be counterattacking. This character has 4 more Starjammer allies. While this character health is greater or equal to 40%, lower the assist chance for all enemies by 100%. Well, that's kind of a anti-Odin, right? Until he gets to 40%, it's kind of an anti-Odin mechanic. I think that's great. We've been having to use Emma. Wow. Yeah, that's an anti-Odin. Until this character takes a turn, this character and all Starjammer allies gain focus on death, 25% to revive with 25% of this character's max health. And that was very randomly back in the day. For each Starjammer ally, gain 25% revive chance and revive with an additional 20% of this character's max health. So, he's going to be reviving all the time. Apply defense up. All allies. Apply speed up, offense up, and counter to all Guardian and Starjammer allies. Apply death proof to a random rocket ally. Now, rocket, massive stat increases. No change to speed. Let's just go right down the line. Basic. Attack primary targets. And then adjacent. Groot's an ally. Attack is unavoidable, and they boosted the damage. Special, which had like an assist from Groot. And so back in the day, we did Skirmisher Strikers combo. I don't know. We'll see if we still do that. Attack primary target for damage, 8% crit chance per Starjammer ally. Well, if they're going to do that, then Raider is the right way to go. Apply taunt for 2 turns, immunity for 2 turns to random Groot ally. Call a random Groot ally to attack the primary target, gain an assist from a random ally. This character has 4 more Starjammer allies. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. Yeah, if there was no mention of crit, this Striker on Rocket and then the assist having a Skirmisher would lead to the Striker, Skirmisher, Striker combo. But this makes me wonder what Raider would look like. Energy cost 2-4. And this has a special animation, right? Where he jumps above Groot and then it goes AoE. Like the team up animation. Remember when they used to do that all the time? Attack all enemies for piercing, gain 2 counter. If Groot is an ally, flip all negative effects on self and Groot. Apply 2 counter to self all Guardian Starjammer allies. This attack and nor his defense up is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. And then his passive, which gave offense up randomly. Turn, apply offense up to 2 turns to self and 2 random allies that do not have offense up. Wow, that's way better. Gain damage if tech allies gain damage. Remember that was like synergy? Woo! Synergy with tech. This character has 4 more Starjammer allies. Lower enemy crit chance by 100%. Wow. That's like kind of interesting, actually. There's a lot of characters that depend on crit. Like Astral and so on. Night Stalkers. Wow. That's pretty powerful. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. Bye for now.